Hello friends, in today's session we'll be talking about if and else statements, how to use those statements and what all kind of combinations are there in Python. So first of all, we'll be creating a new Python file. I just right click on the folder and then Python file. I'm going to give a name. So if else statement. Okay. So now it's a new blank file and let me start. I'm just defining one variable I is equals to 10 and j is equals to 9. So if I need to compare which number is greater, so I'll be using if statement here. So if I is greater than j, and after the condition, so first you have if statement, then you have the condition to be checked, and then there is a column. That is the syntax. If I is greater than j, then you can print I is greater than j, uh, here j, and if not, you know what is the answer. Else, again, it's a column, print j is greater than I, right? And let me execute this. Right click on the screen, run, and you can see 10 is greater than 9. What if I switch the number? So this time I'll make it 12 and let me run it. 12 is greater than 10. So first time this statement was executed and second time this statement get executed. So now you can see how if and else work. What if both are equal? Which statement will be executed? Right click, run, 10 is greater than 10. So which statement is getting executed? Actually, this statement was executed because this is false. So this became true and this is not true. So we can handle this also. And for that, what we need? In that case, we need to add another if statement. Just to make sure if I is greater than j, another will check if j is greater than I. Okay. So print j is greater than I. Again, come back. Simply print numbers are equal. Let me execute. So you can see it here. If because so actually what happened, this statement was failed. So control goes to next if, and this else is not working for very first if. This else is actually uh, the companion of if. This the second if, not the very first if. So this statement was failed. Now control goes to next line and next line. Another if was there, and for that if again it failed, so it came here. This is how you can have multiple ifs, and this is the syntax if. Then you have a condition and then colon and then you continue. So this is one of the very basic example of it. Let me give you a real-time scenario and check how what other options are. So let me just make comment. I'll comment everything. So you can comment like this. If you want to comment more than one line, you can use this. Let me copy a thing. Default statement. All right. So there is a one scenario. I have just wrote the scenario, and let me make that comment. And the scenario is we are going to an amusement park, and there is a criteria to get entry, and what the criteria are. So there are three conditions. Basically, if a that person height should be in between 4 to 6 feet. 4 to 6 feet. The person weight is allowed 100 pounds to 200 pounds, and age of that person should be in the range of 14 and 45. If all conditions are satisfied, then only that person is allowed within the amusement park. Otherwise, he or she will not be allowed. So we need to check how we can put conditions. So we need to basically, based on the height, weight, and age, we need to print whether that person is allowed or not allowed. So how we can do that the same using if else statements. Okay, let's start. So first of all, let define those variable and we'll assign some value. Height is equals to 5, weight is equals to 101, and age is equals to 17. All right. So now let's consider all the positive scenarios. First, if height is greater than 3. Now there are two ways you can do this. Either you can put how height is greater than 3, means it covers 4, and, and height is less than 7. So if height is greater than 3 and height is less than 7, it means we are in the range. Or you can do height is greater than equals to 4 and height is less than equals to 6. So both are correct. Whatever way you want, you can write it. But again, after if and placing all the conditions, we need this column. Okay, this is the very first condition. But still we need to make sure all others are working. Let's continue. So this is related to height. So I'll put this in a bracket just for understanding, and then I'm gonna see, because it's again an and condition, and weight is greater than equals to 100 and weight is less than equals to 200. So this is the second condition we are satisfying, and then we are supposed to write. But here what is happening is line goes like this, and if we have 10 conditions, then you are supposed to write in a single line, and then it's a very difficult task to write everything. So there is a one solution I'm going to tell you now. So in this case, age is greater than equals to 14 and age is less than equals to 45. So I just entered, and now what you can do, let's see, this bracket close here, just click here and press enter, and this bracket close here, just click and press and enter here. So by this using means you can use like this, just press enter and then it will be auto adjusted. Or let me change something else. This would be more better. And okay, and if this condition satisfied, then you can say permission is equals to allowed. And now the end of print, permission, and run the code and see what happens. So we have invalid syntax. So what mistake we did? Height, weight, and then age. There's some mistake we did. Let me correct that. What is that? And wait, let me run in single line and then I'll see what is. Oh, see what I did. Is I just wrote is and I'm see these are the mistakes, common mistakes we do. So let me first run it and then I'll try to convert this to multiple lines. So I'm just using keyboard shortcut. If it's allowing, the permission is allowed. Let me convert this to multiple line. Oh, now it's working. So wait. Okay, so now it looks, it's easy to read, and if you have 100 and 200 conditions also in if statement, you can write properly. So if height is greater than 4 and height is less than 6, and weight is greater than 100 and weight is less than 200, and age is greater than 14 and age is less than 45, permission allowed. Else 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 permission is equals to not allowed. All right, and then one single statement to print that permission. This is one of the way we can write if and else condition. So in if we just kept all the conditions and then else part we are giving the result as not allowed. So let me change something here so that we can check. Let me change the weight first. In case of 99, right click on the screen, run, and it's not allowed. Let me correct it and change the height. Height is 3 feet. Right click, run. It's not allowed. Let me correct it. And this time I'll change the age is 50. Right click, run. And it's not allowed. Let me correct the age and 45. Right click, run. And it's working. So this is how you can print if else. You can use if else statements. You can have multiple conditions within if a statement. You can write code in multiple lines. You can split, but only thing you should take care is the indentation. So you can see if and then indentation is proper. You should press tab and then all. Otherwise, it will give you indentation error here. So this is one way doing this. There are another way. I can make it more complex. I can make it more complex. Just giving multi if this then this then this then this. So this is one of the easiest ways I try to. So we just checked how we can work with if else, multiple ifs, a stack of ifs, but else works with the nearest if, right? Or the very first if before else. There is another option with respect to if else, that is called elif. That is a different condition. If you have used other languages, in some languages there are cases or switch. So case or switch is not actually available here, but we can use if elif to use that. So let's take another example. So there is a variable day, and in day we have a value 4. So if we need to print which day 4 is, 4 means like if I consider 1 as Monday, 2 as Tuesday, 3 Wednesday, so 4 means it's Thursday. So based on the number assigned to variable day, I should print the name of the day. So how I can do that? Using if elif. So if day is equals to 1, then what you are supposed to print, or you can say my day is equals to Monday. And now that there are other 6 combinations. So instead of using else, here you're going to use elif. Elif day is equals to my day is equals to Tuesday. Now I'm gonna copy and paste this, so it would be easy. Paste, paste, paste. One more. Let's see. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and one more elif. And here I'm gonna use Sunday. Now it's 7. Let me start from here. It's easy there. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have covered all the conditions. So in this case, what's gonna happen? Either one of these will be true. If this, or this, or this, or this, or this. In this case, two conditions are not satisfied. Only one, either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So when we have these kind of scenarios, we can use elif. So let me execute it. 4, let me make it 3 and execute the code. Right click and invalid syntax if they is equal to all. Right. So you can see what mistake I did. I didn't put the colon, and colon should be everywhere for all elif, for all if, for all if you have else. So you should put colon everywhere. So that is the mistake I did, and now I need to run it. Right click, run. So it's allowed. Allowed is coming from the previous piece of code, but there is no output. Okay, I haven't printed the my day. All right, let me print it. Print my day. Right click, run, and it's Wednesday. Let me enter 7. Everybody loves 7. Right click, run. It's Sunday. What if I enter 0 or 10 or 9? What's gonna happen? Name error. Name my day is not defined. So if you're using variable which is not yet defined, means my day is not assigned anywhere because none of the condition was true. So none of the my day get executed. So what you'll do? This is the very last statement. Here we can use else my day equals to wrong day, or any message you can just say. Now let me run it. Wrong day. So this is so there are basically three cases we just saw. The very first one is when you have a simple if else statement, if and stack of if, or this is the if and else. Then it's a kind of when we can break a single big statement into multiple lines, if and an else. And then we saw how if elif works. So these are basically three areas, three different scenarios where we can use if and elif. So based on your real life condition or your project or your logics, you can try this. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Next chapter, we'll be talking about functions. Stay tuned. See you in next session. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.